Welcome. Today I want to show you your new crafting buddy. First, let's take a quick look at the hardware setup. We have all 6 crafting stations linked together. Their output is feeding into a chute line which goes into a single stacker. For each station input, you will need a logic sorter. This will be used to control the ingot destination so the resources go into the correct machine. For the storage of the ingots, we use silos. Each silo has its own sorter to filter the ingot for that silo. The stackers are all set to 50 for the silos. At the entry point or the first sorter in your line, we also place the ingot output. The chute line goes back to a sorter at the output of the crafting machines. The silos are connected to another chute line, which will carry the ingots to the crafting machines. Let's take a quick look at the sorter setting. First comes the last sorter at the output. This will be set to ingots. As I said before, all the silo sorters need to be set to ingot the silo will store. In the IC10 editor mod, you need to make sure to go to the settings and disable all code limits. When you did that, go to the library and copy the code to the motherboard or copy it from the GitHub link on the Steam Workshop page. It will take a while until your game reacts again. Just give it a few seconds. This is the main overview which you will use to select the recipe you need and to either craft only that item or add it to the crafting queue. At the first start, some options will be missing. These will be available when you set up all devices. So let's do exactly that and set up our devices in order to use the crafting buddy. Please note that you need to have the ingot type name in the name of the silo. The drop-downs filter for these names to only list the correct silo. This is also needed, as the drop-down list can get very long but you can't scroll through it. Here you set up the devices and their sorters. For foolproof assignment, I advise you to also name them. The recipe list for each station is only available if said station is connected through the settings. Also, please note that we use the auto versions of each device for the full recipe list. Here you set up the main stacker you use at the end of the crafting line to compact items. If the recipe allows it, the stack size will always be the number of items you craft. In the last settings page you can switch between 2 power control modes. Crafting devices only will allow you to switch off all crafting devices and their sorters if you press the power button at the bottom. All devices also disconnects the silos, stackers, and normal sorters. Okay, let's get to the main part, the crafting interface. Here you can choose the station you want to see recipes from. Select it, choose your batch size, and start the crafting. It will also tell you how many items will be crafted and how much resources it will take. If you lack resources, it will tell you on the right side, and also on the required materials list. Here is a quick example how it would look like. In case you don't want to click through the recipe lists, you can also search for an item. Uppercase or lowercase doesn't matter. The results will be shown on the right side. Click on any of the results to load the recipe into the selector on the left side. The recipe display is restricted to 25 results. It tells you on the bottom how many results we got in total and if you hit the display limit. Now let's do a quick example of a single batch craft in the manual mode. After starting the craft process, it will request the ingots we need to craft. For calculations, it will be always in stacks of 50, so make sure to set the stackers to 52. In case you want to abort the crafting operation, you can cancel it. This will stop the current crafting process. Unload all contents to filter resources back into the silos, and if we got any, crafted items to the output. And now it is time to show you the real gem, the batch crafting. You can select any recipe from any station, set your desired batch size, and add it to the queue. You can mix the recipe from the stations, so it doesn't matter what you want to craft, it will craft each item in order. If you somehow add the same item type 2 times to the queue, it will automatically calculate the amount to craft form both entries and delete one of them. Here we got the overview of the current queue of items to craft. On the left, it will display all selected recipes and their amount to craft. If you go over 15 items, it will list the next 15 on a second page. To delete entries from the queue, you can press the X in the middle. On the right side, you get a quick overview of the needed materials to craft all items in the queue. If there are resources missing to craft all queued items, it will tell you in the bottom left part of the display. After pressing Start Batch, it will start with the first item on the queue list. After each finished item batch, it will load an unloading procedure to clean up the lines and slots. When a batch is finished, it will also be deleted from the queue list. Also, if your display system restarts because a power loss, it will load the last command when getting power again. That means queues will continue being crafted and any other operation just resumes to its prior state. Everything the script does is safeguarded with various failsafe mechanics to ensure smooth operation in any situation. However, if you just want to pause the current queue crafting, you can press the Stop Batch button in the Batch tab. I hope you enjoy the script. If you got any issue, just leave a comment on the Steam Workshop page. Peace.